So, I kind of forgot about Renala. Whoops. Renala's kind of a weird boss. Rain. Rain is nice, you two are not. You are free to leave me alone, but I know you won't. They'll shoot you even if you're out here. They're ruthless. Yeah, Renala, to my knowledge, is like the only boss that has summons. I know like Commander O'Neill and Commander Nile have like some basic enemies that are with him. Well, Nile has like 2 knights. But Renala will full on something like a dragon and a bloodhound knight. And lone wolves, which lone wolves are ashes that you also get. Just bonk whoever's got the golden glow on them. And then you can just wail on Renala. And yeah, when she starts glowing gold, then it's time to back up. But I'm very greedy, and also the explosion doesn't really do that much damage. And so, no need to worry about it. Like, phase 1 is not a threat. Phase 1 kind of a joke. Phase 2, however, she starts out with a big laser beam. That's easy to dodge by running to the side. You can maybe throw in a roll if you want to. Oh, she's invincible during that. Neat. Don't throw the moon at Hugus. I could probably dodge those. Oh, nice! Crushed her. Yeah, another thing where you can just run to the side. Oh my god! Queen of the full moon, sorcerer, all that jazz, but doesn't matter. You're getting bullied by Hugus. I mean, at this point, do I even need to jump into the battle? Like, really, do I need to enter this fight? It seems like Hugh's got it.
Come, O sworn dragon.
Yeah, dragon. Why can't I have a dragon? I would love a dragon. Are you going after... Alright, you're going after him. Oh, that was rude. Yeah. Bit of a problem with the Bloodhound Knight because this man just goes and then he just keeps going.
Come, O sworn giant.
Like, he just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. Now, mind you, you as the player can also get a Bloodhound Knight. They're called Bloodhound Knight Flow. Hi, dogs. And Bloodhound Knight Flow is another one of those bosses, or one of the ashes that I've also used. Ow, that did a lot of damage. That's the wrong thing. But yeah, I've used Bloodhound Night Flow. Bloodhound Night Flow is not half. He is not half as aggressive as this Bloodhound Knight. This Bloodhound Knight does not stop. He doesn't know what the word stop means. He is just endless aggression. And if Bloodhound Night Flow, the one that you get, had as much aggression as this guy, he would be an S tier Ash. No question. No doubt. One of the most powerful in the game. But yeah.
Come, oath-sworn giant.
When I said that this area, magic is not very good for this area, and how Renala forced me out of using magic on my magic build.
Come, oath-sworn dragon.
Maybe you can kind of see why. Oh, that went really far. Oh my god. No.
Oh, little Rani.
No.
My dear daughter, weave thy night into being.
But you see how trying to use magic burnt through all of my Crimson Tears? And she was just, like, she was always on the offensive. And then I was like, you know what? No. Swapped it to ending my hammer.
Where did he flee, my... Is it that to become...
Yeah, this is the discarded palace key from when you fight Blythe here. But yeah, once I swapped to two-handing the hammer, suddenly the only time I had to get defensive ever was when she summoned Ashes. And I would love to be able to summon a dragon, or a giant, or a Bloodhound Knight that is that aggressive. But yeah. The ring is supposed to be given by Lunar Princess Rani to her consort. Rani's an Empyrean, meaning her consort by rights earn the title of Lord. So, you wouldn't even have to, like, you could just marry Rani. You don't have to go around killing a bunch of people. I'm gonna use these because why would you ever cash that in? It's just two incantations that don't, like, they haven't impressed me. Now, Renala, oh, like, FP cost 47. I did a run, like, near the end of the magic run that I did, because you can see 70 intelligence. I tend to have, like, 3, maybe 4 tiers of magic. So I can have, like, a light, fast one that has low FP cost to get rid of the, like, small basic enemies. Then I'll have, like, a medium one to deal with the, like, mid-tier enemies. And then I'll have, like, a really hard-hitting one most people like to use Comet Azure. I like to use the full moons. And I was looking at Renella's full moon and Ronnie's dark moon, and pretty sure that Ronnie's dark moon was a bit better, but I thought they were both good. In I think patch 1.07, because I did the magic run on patch 1.05. On patch 1.07, a lot of things got buffed. A lot of things that I don't think needed a buff, like the full moons. Ronnie or Renala's full moon, I think it used to take like 70 FP. Something like that. It took quite a lot of FP. And that was fine, because it was a big explosion that knocked enemies over and it did a lot of damage. It didn't need a buff. The ones like the Great or the Glintstone Pebble line got buffed too. Glintstone Pebble, I think, does more damage, and then a Great Glintstone Shard. I think the third one is Glintstone Comet Shard, and then Comet. They all got their FP reduced, because Comet pre-nerf took like 36 FP, I think. Now it takes 24. I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I did that run. I think Comet took 36, now it takes 24. Glintstone Comet Shard took like 24 and now it takes like 19. I think Great Glintstone Shard took like 17 and now it takes 12. In my sorcery run, I used all of those. I used Glintstone Pebble, I used Great Glintstone Shard, I used Glintstone Comet Shard, I used Comet, I used Renala's Full Moon and Ronnie's Dark Moon. And they were all really good. And yeah, they took chunks of FP, but they were worth it. They were so good that they were worth the FP cost. And all of them have been buffed. Outside of Glintstone Pebble, they've all gotten FP cost reductions, which is insane. Like, I think if there should be any changes, maybe nerf the Fire Giant just a tiny, 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 tiny bit. Maybe nerf Melania. I'd probably say by like some people say take Waterfall Dance out because it's inherently too powerful. I don't think that's the case. I think they just nerf the range on it, like how far she can go, because she can cover like half the arena, or like over half of the arena with a single Waterfall Dance. Just nerf how far she can move with it. Maybe nerf the turning speed so she has to go like a wider arc when trying to turn. Maybe get rid of her self heal or nerf her self heal when she's attacking ashes. Like, do like one of those three things, and I think she'd be totally fine. Maybe fix the AI on the like NPC enemies, like these guys,
And the pox. Apparently not. You are, but you no longer.
because they have had input readers dumped all over them, and it makes fighting a lot of them feel really bad. Like, fighting NPCs in Dark Souls 1, which came out in, well, like, 2010, feels better. Fighting NPCs in Bloodborne feels way better. Fighting NPCs in Dark Souls 3 feels better. So it's like, they could make the NPC computer brains a little better. Maybe tone back on the input readers a little bit. Like, they could have done that instead of buffing some of those powerful sorceries to be even more powerful. Like, they really didn't need that. If you're gonna buff any sorcery, buff Fia's Mist. So that way, the normal Godric soldiers at, like, the Gatefront ruins can die to it. Because it feels really bad. Because everyone's immune to it. Except for players, like real life players who can just walk 2 feet to avoid it.
No. You have felt apparently much was a brief go and unstrapping.
Yep.
I condemn the pox.
Yep, so we got a Seedbed Curse. Seedbed Curse. We got that in Leyndell. And then he wants to go turn you into that. He fills you with peas or something. Who knows? Alright, so, from here, this is after the 2 tree sentinels. Because there are another few things to do here. Mostly, I don't care to do the math right now. Of like how much FP I would need to get an even number of these 3. Stick to the right side, so that way he doesn't slam into you. But the main thing here is just getting some more golden seed, and then a thing for a flask, which is really, really, really good. Hello. Oh. Oh no. The battle mages have horses now. Dear God, they're too powerful. Yes. Fear me, mortals, for I have become too strong. Though I've had to give up some of my height to gain the ability to horse. It was a worthy sacrifice, for the horse gives me height. And speed. It also lets me get stun locked if you hit me, but don't hit me. Now, hello. I don't think you can kill him. Yeah, and get the reward. So it's like, you can kill him, but you don't get the reward. Because he turns into Morgoth. And he's like, foul tarnished. Uh, he throws his little hissy fit. But if you let it transform...
I see thee,
Oh no, it's not foul.
smoldering with that wretched flame.
Ah, yeah, whatever. Oh, he's a running. But yeah, it's no longer foul tarnished. Right, we took a bath. We're now little. I already acknowledge that I'm short compared to the other battle mages. I mean, hey, maybe he's in on the inside joke. Maybe he saw it too. Who knows? The screenshot of us next to Blythe. That screenshot will never get old. Where do we... I don't think we see Blythe again. Until he goes crazy and aggroes onto us. Going. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye. I have no need for you anymore. Goodbye. Yeah, so we can't do it this run anymore, but if you go up to Blythe when he's standing, your face is like at his crotch. And it's beautiful. It is a sight that you just cannot get tired of. He's just too tall. Now from here you can just go out and go to the left. Because there's some stuff out here. Like this. I mean, hey, it's free money. Hello. Hello. Free rooms? Bolts. That dilapidated church has nothing. So you can go over there and there's the site of grace. But before that, we can go over here. Because occasionally out in the world there's just a bunch of these things. Like tombs. Just hanging out. Usually some enemies by them. And you can just pick up some free runes. Why does the game do that? Who knows? But they do it. Now. We didn't grab it because we haven't gone there yet, but actually, you know what? We can go there now. We'll go there now. Hopefully this is the right one. It looked kind of silly if it wasn't. I mean, I don't know the paintings super well. There's only... I think there's seven of them. I think there's 7 of them. But I only know where like 3 of them are. Okay. Thanks for shooting while I was still in safety. Not a smart move, but okay. Thank you. Like I said, the game gives you some free W's you shouldn't. But over in Stormvale, over by Liftside Chamber, by the Omen guy and the dog, there's a painting, and you can take that to, I think, Church of Pilgrimage, and like out next to the cliff, you can get the Warhawk ashes. And there's the one we're going to get now. And then there's the most functional and dysfunctional in the entire series. The more I play this game, the more it really hits you. The lock-on in this game is very powerful and it doesn't work. Okay. I mean, I feel like that could be fixed with a single change. Because the lock-on in this game has more range than any of the other lock-ons in the series. Which, from what I've heard, was done because it's an open world game, and so there's longer distances. And like you're on a horse, and enemies on a horse tend to be further distances. And so they need that so that way you can get the longer distance lock on to match the longer distance of the horse. But it's like, if that was true, they could just make different lock-on ranges for if you're on or off your horse. Or different lock-on ranges if you're in like a no horse zone. So it's like, are you in a no horse zone like this? Okay, then your lock-on moves to a 50-foot range instead of 100-foot. Something like that. Just something to reel in the distance so that way you don't lock onto an enemy that's 3 miles away who doesn't even know you exist. Instead of locking onto the enemy 2 feet in front of you, aggroed onto you in the middle of an attack. Is this gonna hit you? It is not. Please come over here. Oh, that did decent damage. Yeah, big explosion really helps. Love to see it. Now that's a thrusting sword that builds up Scarlet Rot, and then a mask and a robe. Yeah, I remember when I first started using the cannon, I was like, wow, this does no damage. Looking back at that, I think it might just have been because I was in Fort Faroth, where nothing does any damage. Because the enemies there have a ton of health. Like, it may have been that, or it may have been, like, as I upgrade the weapon, it gets stronger. Hello, friend. You don't need to heal. Bonk. I didn't really think I was gonna knock him down. But looks like now we have 4 casts of the cannon instead of the 3 we had before, so that's very, very nice. I'll do champion song. Woo. And now we can go here. 'Cause I think that's the one. Pretty sure. I could absolutely be wrong, but no way of knowing without trying. I've done this. Yeah. I've done this like 5-ish runs now, and I'm still not confident in that. But yeah, Shaded Castle, you get the heart bow. And then that's a hero grave with some cool stuff. At nighttime there's a boss here. Somewhere. I don't remember where the boss is. I know it's a Deathrite bird. There it is. Or dragon. It's a dragon. Hello. That's one of the instances of I just ran into a boss while it happened to be nighttime. And I was just like, no. I'm not fighting a boss right now. And pretty much all of the nighttime bosses are either Knights Cavalry, where they just hang out and they're just there at all times during the night. Or it's a Deathrite bird, in which case it doesn't start out there. It just spawns in when you get close to it, and then it's like, yeah, I'm here now, and then wants to fight. Which, I mean, I like the idea of bosses only showing up at night, since now there's a dynamic day-night cycle. But the bosses that they have at night are eh. Like, Knight's Cavalry? They're so tall compared to you that 90% of your attacks just... Like, they'll hit the horse, but not them. That was rude. You should have gone after me, because I know how to dodge. Hello. Black Knives are another enemy like the Bloodhound Knight, where as an enemy, their aggression is at 10. Their aggression is 10 out of 10. But you can get them as an Ash, and their aggression is like a 6 or a 7. It's like they're still pretty aggressive, but man. Ow. I remember I used Black Knife Tiche on my very first run. And the Malekith fight was a pain because he never attacked. Same with the Melania fight. He never attacked. He just spam dodged endlessly. And when I finally killed him, I think through the entire fight, he had done like 3 attacks. He did that near the beginning. And then he did like 1 jump poke attack in phase 1. And there you get the weapon. And then he did like a normal slash attack in phase 2. And that was it. The entire Malekith fight, he did 3 attacks. Which, I know, Malekith is a glass cannon. He doesn't have a whole lot of health. But every single Ash I've used after that has either died before being able to get it, or they've gotten at least 10 hits. And if they died, it's like, well, they were the grave ashes. Almost every time. Because after Mount House the Giants, grave ashes just don't cut it. They don't have the health, they don't have the damage, they don't have the anything. Which kinda sucks. But I have bigger problems with the ashes than the grave ones not being survivable. Hello.
Is accustomed well.
Yeah, so he sells the upper class robe, the consort's trousers, which you can get somewhere else. You can get these somewhere else. We already got them. You get these at the end of Tanith's quest, if you kill her. But Sentry Storage. This will be useful for later. I know someone had a YouTube video where I don't remember exactly what they were doing, but they were complaining about the Black Knife enemies, the boss we just fought, but like an invisible version of them in the consecrated snowfield. And he was like, there's no way to tell. But look at how not off the path we went. It's like, this is the main path, right here. All we did was take a left. And this side path is it's so not a side path that it shows up as a major path on the map. That's how much of a not side path it is. And if you read it, starting from the second line, bestowed, I think it's bestowed, with a special incantation which allows the bearer to see assassins cloaked in veils, such that a knight of the Black Knives will never come again. And if you equip this, you can see them. But that's not super off the path. That's just, it's on the map. That's how much of a major path it is. And all you have to do is read 2 lines into a single item description. But once you get over that hill, you can then take a left. And over here, if you just keep to the left, get this. Now, normally minor trees have a boss, and you kill the boss, and you get these. But here you can just run up and grab them, which is amazing. And Twiggy Cracked here is so good. What it does is when you slurp your Flask of Wondrous Physic, once, like when you drink it, if you die in a certain period of time, you don't lose your runes. And when I first read that, my initial reaction was, that is so extremely powerful. It must last like 30 seconds. But apparently lasts 3 minutes. Dude, ambushes do not work in this game. They simply don't. Like in my first and second run, I realized that Lock-On will sniff out almost every single ambush for you. So I would just go through the game just like randomly clicking Lock-On. And then like 5 miles away, I would just lock onto an enemy and go, oh, there's an enemy there. And it was just like a normal thing that happened. A lot. Ariza here was great. Now, you don't want to sit down there, because if you do, that statue, the Colossal Bear Broke, will patch itself up somehow. But Golden Epitaph. Battlemage run, they don't use it, so we're not using it. But it's a cool sword that I pick up every time, because it looks neat. And that's the only reason I get it, just because it looks cool. But we come back up. We send that back down, just in case we die. Colossal Bear going back to his abode. Thank you for the Smithing Stone 6. Also, if you look out, those like spiked pillars up there, consecrated snowfield, which is kind of like a hidden area because you need 2 secret medallions. A tiny little muskrat thing stopped a horse. Okay. Had to press the get off your horse button 3 times there. Still not bad. I've had times where I've had to press it 8, 9, 10 times. This side tomb is very, very good. The boss, not great. It's one of the duelists, which I love duelists. But for some reason they just tacked on some little jar guys. And it just felt like a change, simply for the sake of change. Which doesn't tend to end super well. Because it's like, if you don't have a good idea, then your ideas probably aren't going to be that good. And the reward isn't that good either. It's a normal ash that I used. That's what I get for being too greedy. But yeah, it's a normal ash, and even by normal ash standards, it's not super great. Not bad, but not great. But the tomb itself is really, really good. It's very trippy. It's like 3 almost identical areas that are like layered on top of each other. And it's really nice. I like it a lot. Got lost for like 20, 30 minutes. First time trying to go through it, but it was worth it. It was really nice. Confusing, but really nice. And there you get the Dragon Great Claw and Dragon Claw Shield. Which, those are the weapons that the Draconic Tree Sentinels use. You don't get the armor set until the end of Crumbling Fair Missoula. But yeah, that's the other way to get in. So, when we use the teleporter from Fia's thing to get in here, you could go back, and I'm pretty sure you can even light the Site of Grace, but that opening there is like sealed off. So you can't go through there. Which kinda sucks. But I can see why, because if you could just spawn here, then you could easily sneak up on the boss. You can sneak up on the boss either way. Like, going from in front of them, you can still sneak up on them. But you'd be able to do it a lot easier and faster from here. Yeah. So, up there is, I think, the mountaintops and then consecrated snowfield. Love being able to see one area from another area. Also, those guys are glowy. Don't know why. But I think we're gonna go here after going to the round table hold. Really weird to me that it's called the round table hold and the table of lost grace. Like, just call it one thing, it'll make it less confusing. But we can do a few things here. 51 minutes. But we can do a few things here next time, and then head on over to Bach and maybe get through Leyndell in a single video. Who knows? But I'm gonna go eat, so yeah.